When people walk down the street, they're usually used to looking ahead or looking at their phone, but they should consider looking up at the sky more often, because let's face it, sometimes mysterious things happen up there. Number 1. Anne Hodges' story is truly amazing. On November 30, 1954, while she was sleeping on her couch in Alabama, she was hit by a meteorite that crashed into her house. Fortunately, she survived with only a bruise the size of the meteorite. This incident made her the first recorded person to be hit by a meteorite and survive. The chance of being hit by a meteorite is extremely low, approximately 1 in 1.6 million. In fact, scientists suggested that she was more likely to be hit simultaneously by a tornado, lightning, and a hurricane than by a meteorite, and decided to keep the meteorite and later sold it to the Alabama Museum of Natural History in 1955, where it is still displayed today. The radio she was hit with is also on display in the same museum. Number 2. The Tunguska incident. In 1908, a catastrophic explosion occurred in a remote region of Siberia, near the Tunguska River in Russia. The event, known as the Tunguska incident, devastated a vast area of forest and is estimated to have released energy equivalent to several hundred atomic bombs. Although no craters were found or remains of a meteorite were observed, the most accepted explanation is that a space rock exploded in the atmosphere, causing the big explosion and subsequent devastation. Number 3. Reign of Spiders. Occurred in Sao Paulo, Brazil, in February 2013. During this event, residents of the region were surprised to see millions of small spiders weaving webs and descending from the sky over the city. The spiders were mainly of the Anolosamus eximius species, known for spinning webs in large colonies. This phenomenon occurred after particular weather conditions, such as high temperatures and humidity, led to an increase in the spider population and the formation of large clouds of webs. The spiders, seeking to escape the flooding caused by the rain and seeking shelter, used their webs to travel through the air and ended up descending on the city in large numbers. Although the event may be shocking to those who witness it, it is a natural behavior for these species of spiders and has been observed on several occasions in different parts of the world. Number 4. Reign of Fish. Honduras feels very blessed because every year, at the end of spring and at the beginning of summer, fish rain from the sky. So people don't have to go to the store to buy fish, because every year they get free fish that falls from the sky. As the inhabitants are very happy with this inexplicable event, a festival called Lluvia de Peces is celebrated every year, which literally means rain of fish. Many scientists have been interested in this annual phenomenon, but have not yet been able to find out the real reason for this. According to some theories, the fish are carried by strong winds or waterspouts that come from the Atlantic Ocean about 200 kilometers from the city. But for residents, the fish shower is simply a miracle. They believe that the hand of God gives them to the fish. Number 5. Snowballs. A shocking tragedy occurred in a hospital in Girona, Spain, where a 20-month-old girl lost her life due to the impact of snowballs. This tragic event has become the first case of death due to snow impact in Europe since 1997. The region of Catalonia, Spain, was surprised by an intense hailstorm that caused considerable damage to vehicles and structures. The most surprising thing was the size of the ice balls, which exceeded 10 centimeters, something extremely unusual. Initially, many residents thought these balls came from outer space and considered them fragments of meteorites, earning the nickname giant meteorite. This phenomenon was repeated 7 times between 2001 and 2007, with Seville being one of the places where it was observed most frequently. Number 6. The Reain of Frogs in Kansas. In 1873, in the city of Salina, Kansas, United States, residents witnessed an unusual event when a sudden rain of small frogs fell from the sky during a storm. The frogs, which appeared to be unharmed, covered the ground and the exterior surfaces of the buildings. While the scientific explanation suggests that the frogs may have been transported by strong winds from nearby bodies of water, the event remains a source of speculation and fascination. Number 7. Stone shower in Manchester. In the city of Manchester, England, a stone shower surprised local residents. During a storm, small black stones fell from the sky in large quantities, damaging roofs and windows. Although it was initially speculated that the stonefall was caused by volcanic eruptions or extreme weather activity, a definitive explanation for the phenomenon was never found. Number 8. Reign of birds. On January 1, 2011, the inhabitants of the small town of Beebe in Arkansas, United States, were shocked to observe a terrifying rain of birds. The mysterious rain began on St. Sylvester's night, when some 5,000 birds collapsed and lay on the streets of Beebe. Most of the birds were blackbirds, an American bird similar to European cowbirds. According to the head of the state's veterinary services, George Batley, autopsies of a dozen of these birds show that they had an empty stomach, which eliminates the possibility of poisoning. However, they find no apparent explanation to determine the cause of this sudden phenomenon. According to the data provided by the experts, the birds had already died in the air before falling, and it seems that it was a simultaneous event in all the birds in the area. This is, without a doubt, one of the most terrifying events you will ever hear about in your life. Number 9. Mysterious cow. In 1969, in Nikotka, Russia, a cow fell from the sky onto a fishing boat on the high seas. The crew, initially bewildered, were surprised to see that the cow was unharmed. The cow is believed to have become detached from a cargo plane carrying cattle. Despite the rarity of the event, the cow was returned to dry land safely after her unusual sea adventure. This story became international news, perplexing many people and generating astonishment and confusion. The story of the cow that fell from the sky onto a fishing boat has endured over the years as a memorable account of an unusual encounter on the high seas. Number 10. Red rain. An unusual rain in Chang'an left all its inhabitants surprised due to its strange color. So scientists from the Center for Earth Science traveled to the town to take samples and find the cause of the reddish color, which many called blood color. However, the experts were surprised to see that the next day the water was transparent and the particles responsible for the red color had settled. According to them, it looked like a biological material like spores of algae or fungi, and they estimated that at least 50 tons of these mysterious particles fell in the region. However, upon studying the particles and attempting to stain their genetic material with ethidium bromide, they came to the conclusion that they did not possess nucleic acids. His hypothesis was that we could be facing the first documented case of panspermia, extraterrestrial cells falling in the form of red rain from the fragments of a meteorite. Can you believe it? I hope you liked our video. Until next time.